So, just start with your name and what you do here.
I'm Robert Hughes. I'm the leader of the Minnesota division of the Cryptid and Paranormal Research Investigation.
So, this is the Minnesota division?
Yes.
So there are other divisions?
Well, we're working on that.
So just start with your name and what you do here.
Yeah, so my name is Otto Schreiber and I am the cryptozoologist of the group. I do a lot of the research and look into a lot of the sightings and do most of this investigation.
So you went to school for zoology then?
No, I dropped out of high school around 14, and from there I worked a lot of jobs in the coal mines in Germany.
So did you actually research the Wendigo?
Yes, I went to a lot of sites like the Wikipedia. I love Wikipedia. It's a very good site. A lot of the other places that I've been to had blogspot after it, and blog I think is like science, right? Is fact, yes?
So where does your group get most of the funding from?
Well, I've been described as a daddy's boy, but I don't necessarily agree with the term. We do get much of our funding from my dad. He owns plenty of oil fields out in the Midwest, and well, we're very wealthy, so.
So how do you plan on finding the Wendigo? How do you track it?
Well, usually I start with Google. Google is a great source because Google, as most people know, knows everything. It is omnipotent and very smart. So I usually just type in cool Wendigo sightings and go from there. So after these sightings, I have discovered that the Wendigo has been moving outwards. It has started in this red area. Most of these sightings in the red splotch were in early November, and then the orange spot, late November, was this yellow spot, the early December. That's what I was trying to say. And so we're guessing that it's moving outwards. It's getting a little more comfortable with its surroundings, you know. It's making some friends, getting some food. And I think it's going to start spreading into the city. Starts finding people, starts eating the people, sucking their blood as Wendigos do. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go into this red splotch and start finding evidence that the Wendigo is there. Tracks, poopy, other such things. And then we're going to start spreading out into the orange area, seeing if there's anything else, signifying it moving out, or if it's just like trying to find a new crib. And then finally to the yellow spot. And then after the yellow spot, we're going to follow up on some sightings we've heard and had calls in about in the Nicolette area. As this is a part of Minneapolis.
Up with one of his buddies, Arlo, tracker.
Arlo, we've worked with him before. He has some bad taste in his mouth for us, because last week in Detroit we were hunting a chupacabra when it attacked Arlo and ripped out his tongue. So Arlo doesn't say much, but he is one hell of a tracker.
Okay, we're in Ella Louise Park right now. We've been picking up on some really interesting activity that the Wendigo has placed out for us, and we're...
That.
Arlo.
He's found something.
Get this, come on. Okay, this is a clear indication of the Wendigo right here.
I will take the device of voicing.
Hold it.
Oh no.
Oh my god. This is something special right here.
So as we can see, this is clearly where the Wendigo has been sleeping.
Oh my
it has it has shelter here for the rain and the snow, as well as a little cradle of leaves.
Oh yeah. It cuddles up here, I can tell. It's chilly out.
Arlo has also appeared to stumbled upon some trackings, possibly some poop. We will know further shortly. So, this park is heavily used by people for various things like the hiking and the biking. The ground isn't very solid at the moment, so it's likely we will find numerous tracks here.
The public's got to be careful around these, especially it's midday right now. There's going to be high Wendigo activity. If you're just out for your daily walk, your bike, you might see Wendigo, and you got to be careful.
You don't want this to pounce on the booty.
Yeah, no. Wendigo knows one thing: eat, kill, multiply. We need to catch the Wendigo here before it can have time to venture into the city and into these suburban areas, because the Wendigo, it will devour Minneapolis faster than a chicken hawk and a coop of crippled roosters if it gets into the city.
Now, it would appear that we have found our first poo-poo. Here we have the Wendigos dropping. As you can see, it likes these. Probably not so, because it's the deer that eats those, and it eats the deer, so it's going to get some of that mixed digestion. That's why we have lots of plants. And if we pick it apart a little bit, yeah, this is definitely Wendigo.
Are you sure that's not mud?
I'm sorry, I use the expert here. So we noticed down in the distance, or more specifically Arlo noticed by the moisture in the ground that there is a bog lower down here. And we think that a bog is spooky enough for a Wendigo. It likes the scary areas because it itself is scary. So I think we are likely to find more evidence of the Wendigo down in the distance there in the bog.
It's got to keep the moisture in its skin, because like we said earlier, it's got the really cold, icy skin, and if it doesn't keep that up, especially in the winter time, it'll crack, get real dry, it won't look nice, and it's got to, like we said, it eat, kill, multiply. It's got to find a mate, and with dry, cackly skin, it won't be able to do that. All right, we've been snooping around here for a while. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. There are houses literally surrounding this park. How would the Wendigo even get in here?
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. We've gone through theories, and there's only one way it could get here. So, Otto?
I'll be glad to explain. So, I don't know if you're aware of this, you poor little college student, but Canada is where most of the reports of the Wendigo are coming from. Now, I ask you, what is Canada's main export?
I don't know. What is it?
Well, as you should know, it is maple syrup. Now, I hypothesize that the Wendigo was near a maple syrup factory in the middle of the woods. I don't know why it's there, it's just likely there. And it snuck into this maple syrup factory, hopped inside a vat of maple syrup for nutrients to absorb into its soft skin. And from there, it was put into a maple syrup truck that was bound for Minneapolis. Now, this is an interesting fact. A few weeks ago, there was a crash outside of the park, about 2 blocks away. Guess what crashed?
What crash?
The maple syrup truck.
And guess what they found in the maple syrup truck as it crashed?
What?
Tracks.
So, I feel we have found enough evidence to safely say that the Wendigo is still here and it is nearby us. So, we know one thing about the Wendigo, true no matter what, and that's that it hates ABBA. So, what we have done is we have had our friend Arlo here boot up ABBA on his cellular device, also known as a telephone, and he is going to play it into the woods. Now, Arlo, ABBA.
This is the only way to force the Wendigo out of these woods.
The Wendigo! We are on the trail of the Wendigo. It is running on the hilltop. You see? I see it. You see it? We are close. This is a chance. Are you on the Wendigo? No! Robert has fallen. Wait, the bug. We have trapped ourselves. No! Damn it! Schleimstreifsip. The Wendigo got away and Arlo is severely wet and Robert is wounded. We were so close. This was our chance and we squandered it. Did you at least get the Wendigo on camera?
No.
What did we hire you for?
Sorry.
We're done, come on. We lost the Wendigo. We chased it towards the outskirts of the park, but we don't know if it looked back or not. So we are thinking that we may have gotten it out of the park into the city. And people may start dying if we don't stop it. Robert, what is our next plan of action?
Well, the only thing we can do is, if it did go into the city, we have to do our best to track it there and hope that Arlo has good enough tracking skills to pick up some tracks on the pavement.
That's
The
nearly
mess right
impossible to do, but if any man can do it, it is Arlo.
Alright, so we were defeated, but we found out after using my Wendigo tracker on my phone, there have been sightings in the city on Nicolette. So we successfully drove it out with Abba like we thought we would.
This is our chance to finally catch the Wendigo. If we can do this, we will be heroes. Heroes.
Alright, so we're here on 8th Street, and this is where all the sightings have been, and we predicted correctly this is where the Wendigo is.
Yes, the Wendigo is likely eating here. He's stalking the back alleys because he does not want to be seen.
There's nothing else to do. We've got to sneak up on the Wendigo, and we've got to get right behind it just so we can capture it. Otherwise,
Arlo
there's...
here, we think, will be able to grab it and to the ground, pin it down, take advantage of its weakness.
And if it does get close enough to us to attack, the only escape... What happened?
It was so white. It was so white.
The Wendigo. Which way did he go?
It went that way.
Arlo's
Okay.
going. Follow Arlo.
We'll take care of her.
Nope. Screw that. Nope.
Well, it's been a long day. We lost a valid asset to CPRI.
Arlo has been missing for 4 hours since the incident, and there has been no leads as to where he is. No one's seen him, no one's heard of him. It's as if he just disappeared.
The woman who sighted the Wendigo has also disappeared with no leads, and there has been no additional sightings of the Wendigo since. However, we received additional funding from my daddy out west, so we will be able to continue our investigation, and it's not for everyone. Arlo knew that coming in, so it's a dangerous job, but someone's got to do it.
If it was easy, everyone would be finding monsters, but it's not easy. That's why we have jobs.